Yeah, this is the findings na pag-current article natin. Just a heads up ang may mga binili ng advisor natin only as per assertive stance on research retraction. The department initiated kasi to include the historical position paper for students and experts too. Lalo na yung mga kadalasang shades sa palang nila tulad nitong retraction ni Rizal.
Oh, it was a great initiative lalo pa now that we will look through the perspective of his retraction. Kung ano mababago nito sa kabayanihan niya at kung ano mababatid ng mga readers natin tungkol dito. So you guys, how are your findings ba?
Okay, I brought a few copies of primary documents with me. Medyo nahihirapan nga lang since marami akong nahanap na sumasalungat sa katunayan ng retraction result. Kayo ba?
Sumasalungat. Alam naman natin patuloy at matagal ng debate ang retraction ni Rizal. Pero marami na ring old and newly surfaced accounts and documents na nagpapatunay ng kanyang retraction.
Teka, if you have contradicting stances based on your individual findings, how can you came up with the firm editorial article for the campus paper? I also have a cause with me kasi sinabing retraction. Katulad na lang of how he really wrote or signed the prior documentation to his execution. Although the document first discovered by Father Manuel Garcia and can be seen in Arzobispado de Manila's archives, there are still gaps though on knowledge on whether it was really his writing, as experts are yet to fully analyze it.
Maaaring walang retraction na result dahil nga walang konkretong patunay kung saan ang pinagmulan nito. It was even kept from public knowledge for years and was only publicized through newspaper outlets na hindi nga agad pinakita sa pamilya ni Rizal ang original document when they requested it. Nawala raw ito and was found couple of decades later, but with vast difference with the latter version of that document. So, how can we strongly stand on the legitimacy of this retraction?
Hindi. Magagaya yung perma ni Rizal pero yung penmanship siguro hindi. At isa pa, there are also the signatures of his witnesses, Wendell Fresno and Eli Maure, present in the document. Which means their signatures have to be forged as well. Forging his witnesses' signatures kasi, and penmanship is unlikely, to think that Wendell Fresno's signature is complex on its own.
To add, marami rin namang documents from eyewitnesses that saw Rizal writing the documents himself firsthand. From the documents of Cuerpo de Milancia, Espia Espanyol, and an account from Federico Moreno that states an agent of Cuerpo personally reported to him the sequence of events he witnessed as a warden near Rizal's cell. It was stated in the report that the agent saw Rizal write the documents himself. That was called the retraction o ang retraction. As well as the said entry of two Jesuit fathers, Father Villaclara and Father Estanislao. It appears that during those moments that we are already discussing about the retraction of Rizal. Matagal na natin nabagihan.
Padre Villaclara and Padre Stanislao March are seen entering Rizal's prison cell in discussion of religious matters and deeds that Rizal committed during his lifetime. The three are seen having conversation for a long time. Rizal was then given the time to write and wrote by himself for a couple of hours of what seemed to be the retraction document itself.
From the same account, the report also states that the agent saw Senor Wendell Fresno and the assistant of the plaza, Senor Eloy Maure, at the Rizal cell in the afternoon after Rizal handed him the said retraction letter he wrote. Mula sa credible account na to, may babakas natin ang legitimacy ng signatures sa retraction letter that we have in the archives. If we are able to connect the sources, paano hindi grounds for accuracy at tangible evidence na meron tayo?
As a result, hence the retraction letter he wrote to Padre Stanislaw March, in which the father then informed Senor Juan del Fresno and Senor Eloy Maure about this. They too entered Rizal's cell and signed the retraction document that he allegedly wrote.
Ay, guys, tara na, may class na tayo. Abang pala sa topic natin kahapon, hindi ba ground for salvation kung sakala ang retraction? If that's the case, bakit tuloy yung Pilipinas lang si Rizal sa mga kabilang Espanyol? Tsaka, Jose Rizal was known for his adherence to the country. He implied multiple times his willingness to die for the nation and its people. Many accounts from Rizal's family, friends, and acquaintances refused to believe na he would do such thing as retraction. He was known naman for his commitment and affirmation, so parang hindi ka pa rin paniwala na babaliwalain niya lahat ng pagpupunan niya in the past just to save himself from execution.
Totoo, nakakaawa nga ang retraction kung kayong mga bahat ng nanindigan ng mga naglaban ni Rizal sa mga Espanyol. Ngunit, bumalik rin tayo sa teknikalidad ng mga pangyayari. Rizal was married to Joseph Bragan by Father Victor Balaguer few hours before execution during his detention. If you put this into account, hindi magiging posible ang kasal sa pagitan nila since the only grounds for the marriage nila is for him to announce his retraction.
If you remember specifically, the Peta set forth this condition: no retraction, no marriage, which solidifies the authenticity of the document as the marriage is established factual in our history.
Sa Rizal and Josephine Bracken, together with her sister Josefa, reunited in prison cell for the last time to marry each other under the Catholic rites of Father Victor Balaguer a few hours before his execution, as the church announced Rizal's turn to the faith.
At isa pa, nakasabi sa retraction document nila sa likuran na nasa buwan ng laso that has been associated with her for the longest time. Although never really know talaga bang sincere nagawa ng retraction document o ginawa ng parang makasalang si Joseph at binawi nila ng statements sa church.
And he was also detained for charges of rebellion, sedition, and illegal association against the Spanish monarchy na hindi naman tungkol sa retraction letter na sinulat, which explains why his non-retraction did not save him from his execution.
I see, but then, hindi ba't logical if he really did retract for his crimes after the execution niya to have proper burial and ceremony? Pero in reality kasi it was not. Hindi nga nailibing sa premises ng Catholic cemetery sa Paco yung mga debris niya. But somewhere in the ground and in the unmarked grave pa. So, taliwas sa custom ng Catholics na to have proper funeral rites. Tama, walang naitalang credible source ng kanyang sikretong libing noong 1896. Walang tala ng pangalan niya sa Book of Burals and Proper Burals wasn't written in 1999. But then, we can still look back on how Masonic it was, with the Masonic symbol on this earth, simply implying he was a Masonic to his life.
And he wasn't given a proper burial and funeral because he was known by the Spanish monarchy as the initiator of the revolution, diba? Mas logical kung iisipin natin na dahil dito ay parang binaliwala lamang ang mga labi ni Rizal dahil nga higit ang bansa ng mga Espanyol pinakanusunod natin.
Kaya yan ang sinabi ko. Natin malalaman kung anong tunay na rason kung bakit gagawa ng document na ganito sa Rizal. Which means na walang established authority and justifiable reason kung bakit i-retract niya yung document or yung statement na sinabi niya sa sasakatan. Hindi naman nga lang niya alam ito para mapakasalan sa Bracken, pero Babatin natin na bakit papayagan naman ng pamilya ni Rizal na asikasuhin ng mga pasalaw kasi nila at ang binulan niya.
Oh, okay, I see. It was nice knowing the counterclaims of this argument. Lalo pa na, ito yung finally rose in the script of this retraction issue. Kumbaga, it's a non-issue, but then, if he did retract and came back his faith in Catholicism, wouldn't we think of product of implication how his credibility as a hero? Na all the brownies stood back then ay naglaho parang wala and became worthless dahil nagbalik siya sa simbahan at the end of his life.
Well, I guess dito na papasok yung position natin sa editorial article. For me lang the influence that Rizal had on the Catiforneros will not change even if he did retract at the end of his life. Kung susumahin nga the novels he wrote that initiated the organized movement against the Spanish force still stand as the fundamental aspect of that revolution.
I agree. I guess the question on what dismisses symbolism should be more like what makes a hero a hero. At this point on, we will see the true values of their heroic acts that will shift the conversation on the significance of their contribution to our further timeline of history. Rather than focusing or shifting the discussion on what makes them lesser heroes.
Tama. So, paano? Let's start relating our input sa article na.